What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday watch list. I'm going to keep this one fairly short and simple. I do see some good setups that I like for the week. But before we get into them, let's get into the economic data that we have coming up. Nothing much on Monday. Tuesday, we have consumer confidence, which is going to be 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Remember to always pay attention to these since there is always a reaction. So there's another one on Wednesday too. No home sales, always a reaction off that 10 a.m., 7 a.m. PST. And then we have initial jobless claims Thursday and GDP Thursday. Important reports that are going to happen at 5:30 a.m. So before the market opens. And then on Friday, we have PCE, which is important as well, core PCE, and then consumer sentiment at 7 a.m. So those are the ones that you're going to want to pay attention to. Just be aware of them before you're in any trades. And starting off with SPY, of course, we have broken out of this uptrend here. If I draw a trend line from here to here, right? What were we doing? We're forming low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And even if I go to the hourly, we had another one kind of like from, I guess we can start from here to here. Yeah, basically we've broken out of this downtrend basically, even if I start from this touch to like here, right? That was like the shorter term trend. This is the longer term trend, this bigger trend line. And we've broken down, right? We're no longer forming higher highs, right? We actually made, right, this was the most recent higher low and we broke below it. So this 546.6 area was our most recent higher low here. As you can see, higher low. We did not hold as a higher low here. So this area here can definitely come back to get retested. Looking at a 15-minute time frame. Going back to the hourly first, this 544 level was our previous higher high point, and look how it got reacted as resistance. We broke above it and we have not came back to retest it till Friday. So notice how on Friday that level started to get respected as support. So those are two levels I'm definitely paying attention to. If I go to a smaller time frame like the 15 or even the 5, Thursday's low at 545 to like 540, kind of like this area. It got respected as supply, so I think it's valuable to pay attention to price action here as well. But the main levels I really want to pay attention to is this 544, even this 543 Friday low, right? This 543. I just want to see us clear below that for room down into 542 and really room down into the 540s. Let's go back to that hourly, right? Down into like this area down here, 540 and even 539. So below this 539 area, if I go to a daily chart, that is where we can move this up to like right here, this area. Below this 539.6, that is where the daily gap fill starts, and we have room down to 537. Now, I don't know if that'll happen early in the week, but definitely if we get weak, it's something to pay attention to. So below that 540, 539. We have room down to the 537 area. And if this is going to be a downtrend, I will be looking for a lower high, anywhere from 545 to 546.5, 547 area for that lower high to go short again. For me to be long, I need to see a reclaim of that 546, 547 area. And we should start pushing back into 548 and back into the highs at 550, 551. On the daily chart, right, we did come to the daily 9 EMA. And let me see if I could pop that up real quick. I don't know, my thing's removed, but gotta fix it. This is a pretty cool indicator if you guys don't have it yet. It just saves you a lot of space if you're using, instead of having multiple EMAs, or it's just all of them in one combined. So let's see, right on the daily chart, we came to the daily 9 EMA at 543, and we formed a doji candle here. So even though we did, sell off for the past 2 days, this kind of picked up off of the 544, 543. So the best way to trade this is going to be above or below this doji candle, right? That's going to be the best way to trade this on a daily time frame. And those are kind of like the levels that I even broke down on the smaller time frame, so it makes sense. Below that 543 should see a flush to 541, 540. That would be a really good move. So going into QQ, very, very similar game plan. Let's break this down for you guys. We broke out of an uptrend on this name as well. Let's see if I can draw the trend line from this low to this higher low. And then recently just broke down, right? We could even draw another one from this low to this higher low, like the shorter term trend, right? We've just broken out as we are no longer forming higher highs and higher lows, just the basic fundamentals of identifying trends. And let's go to the hourly, break this down, right? This was a recent higher high point, 479. Notice how we use it as resistance here, support here. Now we're using it as support again here. So this 478 level is an important level to watch. If we break below that, it should be an easy move down into 475 area here. This 475 area here, and then 472 if it gets aggressive. Right below that 472, this is that gap fill that gives us room down to 468 on the daily time frame. So below this area, this 472 has nothing but room to 468. Overall, though, I would like to see this key area here as well. This is our most recent supply at 482. So if I go to a 15-minute time frame, you guys will be able to see it better. Kind of ranging, right? We got our first move down from the all-time high at 489, sold off aggressively, held up around the 480, 478, and now we're using 482 as a rejection level. So if we happen to come back up in here and start to get rejected, I definitely like this area. This would be the best risk reward ratio if we're shorting, because we keep stops right above it and target this area. And if we really get weak below this area, that's where we can, really maximize on our risk reward ratio. I really, really do like this setup. Something I'll be paying attention to for QQ. Anything above 482, I definitely see us retesting this area here, 484.3, right? Anything above this and the reclaim of this trend line, I see us pushing back into 486 and then back into the highs. So I'll be long above these levels. As long as we're still below these levels, I'll be looking for a continuation of this potential new downtrend, but we have to see. Next favorite setup is going to be Apple. Very, very well respected. Market structure on this looks very clean. It's starting from a higher time frame. You guys will see once we broke 200, we made a new high at 208, retested 205.5, and here we are about to approach it again, but then we held that level as demand and really got a strong move up into 220. So this is a strong level of demand approaching this 205. Definitely a valid bounce level if it holds up. Very, very valid bounce level. But if we break below that, I see nothing but room down into 200. It should be a really, really nice either or setup here on Apple. If we do bounce from this 205 and you happen to miss the move, a reclaim of this 212 area will be a really nice move to get back into highs. But the main setup I'll be watching is here for either a bounce or a break and retest back down to 200. One of my favorite setups coming into this week. Going into Amazon, Amazon is approaching all-time highs, right? This is a relatively strong name because the market's selling off, spying cues, but this name is not. It's holding up, so it's relatively strong. It's approaching all-time highs. Last time we did come here, we rejected aggressively, but this is coming up with a lot of volume. So probably not something I'd want to short yet until it shows me confirmation of it really getting rejected in this area. Until then, break and retest of that level is valid. Very similar with Microsoft. It's approaching all-time high at 450.9, 451. And it's not showing any signs of slowing down just yet. So probably not a name I want to short yet. A break and retest of 451 gives us room higher. On Microsoft though, if we do start to get weak, I'd really like this 443 level for a reversal, right? If we break and retest 443, our most recent structure here, then I see room down into 436 and 434. But right now it's very strong, so keep eye on that all-time high break and retest for continuation of this uptrend until it shows that we're no longer on an uptrend. That's where I could flip. Very similar to Nvidia, right? Nvidia has been very strong the whole year. Finally starting to get some selling pressure on the daily chart. We got a bearish engulfing continuation down to the most recent structure point at 125. Notice how this was previous all-time high, rejection, break above it, retest, hold, and we even break out of this uptrend here too. We have a low, higher low, no longer make a higher low, get rejected aggressively from the high. So anything below 125 gives me room down into 118. Definitely a nice move that I will pay attention to. Something like this on Nvidia. I won't be bullish on Nvidia until we reclaim this area here, 132 to 134 area, like 132.6, 133.75. Once we reclaim that, then I could see us push back to highs. But until then, I want to see how much lower this could go. Keeping it short and simple. Meta or below 500. So below 490, room to 482. Not my favorite setup as of right now. We do have this trend line from here and here. Another side watch that played out really well from last week was our Netflix play. Played out really well. And then Home Depot on the daily chart, right? We're coming to fill this gap up to 358. We're already almost, we're already halfway up with this gap fill, but I do see this continuing to fill it. So I'll see how I trade this. But definitely a strong name. Definitely see this. Probably a bounce of 354, 355 hold can get us to 358. It's a decent move that I like going into this week. Overall, other than that, I think Target has a lot of potential too, as it holds this daily 200 recent demand here. I think it has room to 150, but the first names are a little bit more high probability on my watch list. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to keep it short and simple this week. Stick to those main names that I do really like. And that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys got some value from this video, and I hope you guys have a great trading week. Thank you guys for watching.